Well, hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Felicia Rubenstein. I'm the founder of HAYVN. We also have here tonight Kathy, Samantha, Malou, and Teresa from HAYVN. So I hope you're as excited as I am for the seventh annual, actually not annual, seventh HAYVN Hatch and our third virtual hatch. HAYVN, as you all know, is the co-working space geared towards women, supporting and collaborating with other women, regardless of where you are in your personal or professional journey. And HAYVN is just one of many of the events that we host here. Tonight, it's all about highlighting and supporting female entrepreneurs. With that, I'm going to turn it over to Kendra Farn, who has her own video production company here in Fairfield County. And actually, Kendra produces all of my videos, so check them out on my website. And as a former television producer and anchor, Kendra knows how to keep the program moving. So I'm going to turn it over to her now.
Thank you, Felicia. Well, I have to tell you, if you're just jumping on with us and you didn't hear me say it earlier, we are super excited for what is now our seventh HAYVN Hatch. I wish that you all could see this insane space that I am sitting at. I am here in Darien at HAYVN Hatch with Kathy and Felicia and Sam, who's in our master control. She'll be running all the slides tonight. But it is such a great space. If you haven't come and checked it out yet, you must do so. It is very COVID safe, very COVID friendly, and you will want to come back. I can assure you of that. So like Felicia said, this is our seventh HAYVN Hatch. It is our third virtual HAYVN Hatch. I hope everyone is ready to have fun, ready to be inspired. You have your beer, you have your wine, you have your latte or your tea or whatever floats your boat. Sit back and enjoy the next hour and a little more because it's going to be an incredible night. Our last hatch was back in October. Maybe some of you joined us. And it also, like I said, was virtual, was our second virtual one. It was a huge success. We want COVID to go away just as much as the rest of you in the house here tonight, but we're still actually having the same fun and inspiration and energy with all of the female entrepreneurs who pitch, doing it virtually. So we hope you'll keep supporting us. Like I just mentioned also earlier, if you weren't jumped on yet, this is our highest subscription tonight. We had to shut people out. We are oversubscribed. It is a great problem to have. And we love that HAYVN Hatch is growing so much and the word is spreading, and women supporting women is what we're all about. So really not excited that we had to shut people out, but that just makes them want to come back for the next one for number 8. We had a lot of applications from female business founders to pitch tonight. It was not an easy process to get it down to the 5 amazing women who you will be hearing tonight, but we did. We want to encourage everyone in the audience to please reach out to all 5 of these entrepreneurs tomorrow. And even though we're limited on our time tonight, about an hour and 15 minutes or so, continue the conversation. As a female entrepreneur, I can tell you, good, bad, indifferent, any feedback, most of you know, is really valuable. So any inquiries, any feedback, any questions, just head to their website and continue the conversation because it really only helps them. And that's what we're out to do tonight. We do kindly ask, however, that you don't solicit them. All of you in the audience should know our nonprofit partner tonight is Fairfield County's Community Foundation, specifically the Fund for Women and Girls. Many of you, and we thank you tonight, made generous donations, all of which will be going to the Fund for Women and Girls. The fund invests in sustainable solutions that support the safety, health, and economic security of women and girls across Fairfield County. By helping women improve their lives, it also strengthens families and communities. So thank you again for all of your donations. And a big shout out, we want to tell you that the Fund for Women and Girls has an amazing a big virtual event coming up on April 16th with Margaret Atwood. That would be the Margaret Atwood of Handmaid's Tale. So please go to their website, check it out, and sign up for that because it's going to be a special night. We next want to give a shout out to our founding partners, HAYVN, of course, which is where we're sitting and what it's named after, the HAYVN Hatch, Realist Ventures, Garyn Productions, that's me, and Venture Mom, that's Holly Hurd, and you'll be meeting Marie and Holly a little bit later. Hatch is a joint venture among all four of us women. We all have our own companies. So it's a collaboration that really does, as I said, come from a passion from women-led business owners supporting other female entrepreneurs. Just a desire to help them in any way we can. So that's what tonight's about, on top of fun, of course. Every hatch, if this is the first one that you'll be joining us for, is really a reunion of sorts, and we love it. So look on your screen at all of the past presenters that we have had. There are all of our alumni in the house tonight. A shout out to Raina from Be Well, Catherine from 4C, Olivia from Knit Girl, Patricia from College Thrifts, Hanan from My Hot Hoods, Virginia from Cobblecord, Anne from Livestream Digital, Carolyn from Uncommon Good, and Patricia from Patch Organics. We love that you guys come back and check in and watch all the other 5 presenters, because you've walked the walk and you know how fun it is. All right, to the hatch we go. Here's how it's going to work, everyone. There will be one winner and there will be one runner-up. Those will be voted on by the 3 judges who you see on your screen right now. The winner and the runner-up will win a version of a HAYVN support package for their business, and we will detail those later on when they're presented. But we want to get to the judges. They're an amazing panel that we have tonight, so I want them each to give a little bio, a short little introduction themselves, and we'll start with Shondra.
Sorry.
There you go.
I couldn't get to the mute button. My name is Chandra Washington. I am a former, which started as a one-day accelerator for underrepresented founders. We transitioned that into offering on-demand CFO and strategy services for startups and small businesses. We've helped underrepresented founders raise over $2 million in funding, and I also host pitch events on the Clubhouse app every week. So
awesome, Shondra, thank you. Candice.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Candice Deal. I serve as the Assistant Dean in the Pompey College of Business at University of New Haven. Aside from serving as Assistant Dean, I am also an Associate Professor of Accounting, everyone's favorite topic, right? So I do teach accounting, but in addition to teaching accounting, this semester I am actually teaching an intro to business or intro to entrepreneurship course because aside from accounting, I also love entrepreneurship. I am actually a small business owner in the Bahamas, so I have a party rental company. So I am delighted to be here. I have judged a lot of pitch competitions in the past, and so I am so happy to be invited to sit on the panel of judges this evening. So good luck to you presenters, and again, thank you guys for the opportunity.
Awesome, Candice, thank you. And of course, we love to have a little testosterone in the house. So Tamas, that's you.
Hi, everyone. Thank you so much. Good evening. And I'm really excited to be a judge for this competition, and congratulations on hosting this awesome event. So like I said, my name is Tamas Javor, and I just transitioned out of a position from Techstars, where I was working on a pilot project. And right now I'm working on a new venture, bringing European growth stage startup companies to the US through Connecticut. So some really exciting stuff is in the pipeline. But this evening is all about the presenter, so I'm really excited about watching them pitch.
Awesome. Thank you, Tamas. Okay, off to the pitches we go. Here is how it's going to work. Each female founder will get a total of 7 minutes. 3 minutes will be for their actual pitch, and they will get a 30-second warning. Holly Hurd is going to be timing that, and she will give each presenter a 30-second warning. And then they will also have, in addition to the 3 minutes of pitching, they'll have 4 minutes for question and answer. The Q&A will be coming from both the audience and the judges. Marie Roca will be handling that. Audience, here's what we ask of you. We really want you to submit questions. We will not be able to get to all of them, which is why, as I said in the beginning, please continue the conversation tomorrow, because we want all of the presenters to get those questions and be able to answer them. Audience, please put your questions in the Q&A. Here's the only caveat. Once we move on to the next presenter, we can't go back to the questions that you had for the previous presenter. So just try to please do it while they're presenting. And no, we might not get to all of them, but once we move on, we can't go back to those questions, I guess for obvious reasons, right? Okay. To the pitches we go. We are going to go in, oh, and presenters, I'm sorry, I failed to mention for you all, for the 5 of you, try to answer the questions as quickly and succinctly as you can, because then of course, sounds like a duh, but it allows you to get to more questions. All right, now to the pitches we go. We are going to go in alphabetical order, and we are going to start with Altamara. Alina, you are up.
All right, thank you so much. I want to make sure that everyone can hear me. Okay, so hi, I'm Alina, the founder of Altamara, and we're taking a minimalist approach to custom sustainable skincare powered by green chemistry. Next slide, please. Okay, so clean beauty today, even though it's known as being more health and environmentally conscious compared to traditional beauty brands, there's still a lot of challenges in this space. To start, there's a lack of data in terms of their ingredients' efficacy, source, and safety. And there's also an issue with increased unsustainable sourcing due to higher natural product demands. And what this can lead to is competition with food crops, depleting natural resources, harming communities, and creating unfair labor conditions. And finally, a space that clean beauty has not navigated is making skincare easier for the consumer. So moving on to the next slide. Our approach is creating a first, simpler solution for the consumer through a minimal line of products targeting the essentials. So you have your baseline products to use every day, and then you have add-on products to use should your skin go through any changes. We're also ensuring that our customers are receiving our transparency through us sharing our ingredient research with them, as well as how our processes continue and any supplier information that we're allowed to share. And finally, we're using green chemistry to create a fully sustainable supply chain with the best possible ingredients for your skin. And next slide. We are targeting a very rapidly growing market in the US. And as you can see, it's mostly catered towards millennial women. This is the demographic that is most passionate about shopping healthy, clean beauty, as well as sustainable beauty now more recently. And they're also looking to simplify their skincare routine, whether it's to save time or because the reality is you don't need a lot of products to have your best skin. Next slide. So our business model starts with pricing our products to cover development, manufacturing, and overhead costs. We're selling direct to consumer right now through our website, altamarabeauty.com, and we're engaging with people through word of mouth, press. More recently, we were featured in British Vogue, and we are also on social media. We have incentives in place through sample programs for newsletter signups, recurring customer discounts, reviews for discounts as well. And our goal is to end up in mid to large size retailers. So we're trying to look at pop-up shops.
30 seconds.
Thank you. And exploring that space right now. And recently we made a partnership with Addit, which is an organization that's going to present our brand to different retailers for us. So that's going to be a really big help as well. Next slide. So I want to thank you all for being here with me today. Please give us a follow at Altamara Beauty on Instagram and our website, Altamara Beauty newsletter, to receive some free samples and our efforts can access to simplified, sustainable skincare. Thanks so much.
Awesome. Alina, thank you. Thank you for your presentation. Okay, now we're going to go to 4 minutes of question and answer, and I'll turn it over to Marie Roca.
Thank you so much. So would a judge like to go first, or should I go to the audience?
a question. One, thank you so much, Alina, for your presentation. But what's the cost of your products?
We have a cleanser and a moisturizer right now. The cleanser is $16. The moisturizer is $25.
And your margins?
Our margins on average are at about 80% profit margin.
Great, thank you.
Thank you. I'm sorry, did you say 8% or 80%? You broke up for me. I don't know if I'm sorry?
80%.
Okay, thank you. I'll go to Wes. What is your current production model? Contract manufacturing, in-house manufacturing, or white labeling?
So right now I produce all the products myself. I create the formulations, I fill the products. We have started looking at contract manufacturers and receiving quotes from them. And as for labeling, we're not doing white labeling.
Thank you. Tamas, it looked like you had a question.
Yes, I was gonna ask about competition. Like this is a really competitive space. Like how are you trying to stand out?
So our competitors, we have three main competitors that are also looking more into the green chemistry space. However, they don't do any kind of assistance in tailoring the products to the customer's specific skin needs. They have a little bit more of an extensive line. And what we're trying to do is to merge sustainability with a very simple type of customization service for our customers that will be further built out on our website whenever we develop our add-on products, which are currently in development right now. And that's how we're standing out more. And also their price point is much, much higher. One of them is at $400 for our in
Alina, is she breaking up for everyone else? Okay. Alina, we're having trouble hearing you. You're breaking up a little bit. I don't know if you can.
Hey, Alina, turn off your video and see if that helps.
Okay. Okay, is this a little bit better for sound?
Yes.
All right, so just in case, to reiterate Tamas's question, we are looking at sustainability as well as tailoring skincare products to our customers, and we're doing it at a more affordable price point versus what our competition is doing.
I'm gonna go to the audience. From Christos, as a dermatologist, we prefer to embrace products that lack plant products, which are known, well-described contact allergens. What data endorses the efficacy of one of these, such as mango extract?
So if I understood the question correctly, the person was asking how we are checking for allergen safety.
Yes, as well as whether it's what data you can offer in terms of efficacy.
Oh yes, so we mostly go through research journals that have published data on skin testing with the ingredients that we're using. So anytime that a journal has that information in terms of efficacy and safety, that's what we go by. And then we also supply that journal on our website.
And time is up for the questions.
Great, thank you. Alina, I encourage you to reply to some of the rest of the questions in the Q&A.
Okay, thank you so much, everyone.
No problem, thank you.
Alina, thank you for your presentation. It was really great. And we are going to move next in alphabetical order to BigHire. So Zina, take it away.
Hi, everyone. My name is Zina King, and I'm one of the co-founders of BigHire. BigHire is a technology-enabled solution that is designed to simplify recruitment and training in the construction industry. I am very excited to be here, so let's jump into the next slide. So the seed for BigHire was planted after having numerous conversations with one of our co-founders, Peter. He has several businesses in the space, and for years he has struggled to find, hire, and train workers. And what we've found in our research is that he is definitely not alone. We've spoken to countless other owners, decision makers, and workers, and they all say the same thing. They're all very frustrated by this inability to connect in a simple way. There's been a lot of coverage in the press on this recently. For example, Bloomberg News, they've published a slew of articles where the headline is that one of the most critical challenges facing the construction industry right now is access to labor. And so the four of us co-founders, we've worked for Fortune 100, 500 companies, solving very complex problems, and we've put our heads together to tackle this one. So if we can look at the next slide. I'll talk about the problems. So the number one problem is that contractors and construction companies have a lot of difficulty finding, hiring, and training workers. Second problem, workers have difficulty finding opportunities. And the third, there is no technology to facilitate this. Just to give you a different perspective on this, last year, the National Association of Home Builders published a report that showed that in 2011, 13% of builders would have said, hey, labor is my number one problem. Fast forward to 2020, and that number has grown to 85%. And so we're getting all of the signals that we're solving a complicated and a critical problem in this industry. And so if we look at the next slide, I'll talk about BigHire. So the solution we're putting forward is to leverage technology so that we can create that space where contractors and workers can connect. And so if you're a contractor, you would use BigHire to post jobs, to find workers, to hire workers. If you're a worker, you would use it to create a profile. You would be able to search for opportunities and apply for those opportunities. You'd also be able to leverage training opportunities as well. We think of ourselves and our competitive advantages in three ways. One, we bring value because we will cost less than our competitors. Two, we bring convenience, and we also bring simplicity to a space where that currently does not exist. So if we look at the next slide, these are some of our key competitors in the space. What we've noted, we've really studied them closely because of course we want to surpass them. And
30 seconds.
What we've noted is that none of them are solving this problem in a simple and holistic way like BigHire. So on the next slide, you can see that the staffing industry is a $148 billion business annually. In construction, there are close to 700,000 employers. 40% of that is dedicated to residential, and that's the immediate focus for BigHire. And so in closing, I would say that BigHire is servicing a market where there is huge fragmentation, huge inefficiencies, and we see a big opportunity for us to make a very big impact. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you. Please reach out to me on LinkedIn. My email is zina@bighireco.com. And I would look forward to engaging with questions.
Thank you, Zina, for your presentation. And now we'll go to the 4 minutes of Q&A. Maria, take it away. Marie, take it away.
Sure. This is Kendra. Shondra, you look like you're ready to ask a question, so go ahead.
I was going to ask, this is kind of twofold, not really though, but so it's hard to compete solely on price. And I know that's one of the things that you mentioned that would make you different. And the other thing that I thought I heard, and it wasn't as clear, was that you guys niche down to just residential. So then my question is, are your competitors niching down as well, or do they hit the residential space? Tell me what the thought process was there.
Yeah, so in terms of competitive advantage, price is definitely one. So I think one thing that's key about us is that the price for BigHire, to use BigHire would cost an employer less than what it costs to use a staffing agency for one hire. So that's a really big advantage. If there are employers who want to use our model and also still dabble with another before converting to us, we're giving them that space to do that. And I think in terms of niching down, our focus, we want to hit the market well and penetrate it well. Residential, I think, is an easy place to start because you don't have a lot of the complexities. For example, you don't have to deal with unions at the same level as if you do for commercial or industrial. And so we want to focus on one market, get that down packed, do it well, and then we're going to expand from there.
Thank you. We're going to take a question from Steve How did you identify this opportunity in the market? Are there any similar solutions? And I'll combine that with Wes's question, which is, among your direct competitors, what is the #1 feature that sets you apart?
Okay, so first question, how did we come on this? So again, it really started with one of our co-founders. He has a really wide network. He owns several businesses, and everyone is struggling with this. Before we kind of went from just a concept to really here's a business, we've spoken to so many individuals. We've been sort of boots on the ground. We've been at Home Depot talking to workers. We've been making office calls to owners just to get a sense, is this really something that you want someone to solve? And literally everyone we talk to, all they say to us is, when are you going to make this available? We haven't had any pushback or anything. So literally there is a thirst and a quench for this in the market. In terms of how we're different from our competitors, I think that's a really good question. One of the things, if you look at our competitors, some of them are still operating using a traditional model. Hey, I'm going to place someone and get a fee, and they're happy with that. They want to remain a middleman, and they're not changing. A few of our competitors are starting to dabble in technology, but they're not looking at it holistically at all. So they're looking at it piecemeal. They still want to be in the middle. BigHire, we don't want to be the middleman. We don't want to be controlling everything. We want some transparency. And so if you're an employer, you will be able to, at your job site, in your truck, at home, pull out your phone and go through an entire recruitment process without getting anyone involved. So we will meet employers where they are, when they are, and we'll give them what they need.
Yeah, we can squeeze one more question. Judges?
Can you talk a little bit about on the worker side? Like you mentioned a couple of things about the employers, but what the experience is like on the employee side of things?
Yeah, it's just really fragmented. So there's a lot of people finding opportunities through staffing agencies or through word of mouth. And we're not looking at sort of day laborers where, hey, you see someone drive around town and they pick up a laborer. We're talking about if you're looking for like a journeyman, if you're looking for a master electrician, it's if you're an employee, a worker, if you're an employee and you don't know someone 2 towns away who's hiring, sometimes there's no way for you to know about this opportunity. So let's say there's someone who is building a row of condos 1 town over and they need 30 electricians. You may never know about this because there isn't one central place where there isn't like a LinkedIn for construction.
Thank you, Zina.
That's time.
Also, I want to just point out there are several questions on the Q&A. Please respond to those. They're really great questions. We just don't have enough time to get to.
Great, I'll do that.
Thank you, Marie. Thanks, Zina. That was fantastic. Okay, number 3 in line, MyNestwell, and Emily, you are up. Is Emily there?
Yeah, I was muted.
There you are. Okay, there you go.
All right, thanks, Kendra. Hey, everyone. My name is Emily Watson, and I'm excited to tell you about MyNestwell. I founded MyNestwell because it's the resource I wish I would have had when I decided to become a mom. Next slide, please. Getting our little girl wasn't easy. As I struggled through the fertility process, I found myself wanting more holistic support than my OB could offer. I had heard of fertility coaches, acupuncturists, Reiki healers, and psychologists that focus on maternal wellness, but finding the right experts near me was really hard. I spent hours scouring Google, social media, random lists. Sadly, in talking to other moms, I found out my experience isn't unique. In fact, almost 90% of the 11 million women in the US who are trying to conceive, pregnant, or postpartum are caught in my same dilemma. They want more physical, emotional, and mental support, but struggle to access it. In fact, the demand for these services has doubled over a decade, but the search for them has only gotten more complicated. But that's not all. Holistic providers lack clear channels and marketing savvy to reach these moms. The bottom line, the current maternal wellness support system is fragmented and impersonal. There isn't just a gap in access, there's a chasm. So I'm building MyNestwell to fix that. Next slide, please. At MyNestwell, we make maternal wellness services easier than ever to access for women who are busier than ever. We're a one-stop shop resource center and marketplace for moms to connect with trusted holistic experts locally and virtually. In 4 easy steps, moms can learn about, discover, and get matched to providers, saving them time and reducing decision fatigue. And for a subscription membership, providers get to be seen. Next slide, please. Since launching last year in Westchester and Fairfield counties, we've grown our user base to almost 100 providers and generated meaningful connections. But it's messages like these that I get from our community that I'm really most proud of. Next slide. And as a marketer, this is a slide that I get really excited about. We're primed to grow where both sides of the marketplace are tightly networked with clear paths to acquisition. And with unique competitive advantages, we stand out from traditional referral sources and siloed transactional marketplaces. But we're only just beginning to scratch the surface of a $100 million maternal wellness market. Next slide, please. Over the next 36 months, our plan includes geographic expansion and new service lines. Our
30 seconds.
Thank you. Our 3 goals are to 1, grow our resource center to generate leads. 2, accelerate growth of our marketplace in number of providers and connections. And 3, launch a truly innovative tool for improving financial access to services through crowd gifting. As we aim to create an ecosystem that elevates the well-being of mothers everywhere, your partnership will help us build the sales and marketing team, fund product and web development, and aid in new market growth. And one final thing, perhaps the most important. This investment goes beyond building a platform. It's about creating happier, healthier mothers for generations to come. Thank you.
Emily, thank you. Well done. Okay, 4 minutes, question and answer. Marie, take it away.
Candice, I'm sorry, we keep missing you. So I wanted to know if you had a question.
Yes, thank you so much, Emily, for your presentation. My question for you is, can you elaborate a little bit more on your membership plan in terms of the length? And, you know, do you find that I think you're at 110 moms already. Do they use the service mainly, you know, before pregnancy, during pregnancy, and after pregnancy? So just kind of give us a little timeline on the membership package.
Yeah, great question. So actually the service is completely free for moms right now. Who pays are the providers, and they pay for more than just a listing. It's really, they're part of a community. They get access to a forum in which to network, continuing education. And so they pay either a monthly or an annual subscription. And then moms get free access. Later on, you know, one of our plans is to build out the resource section and enable moms to have planning tips and tools that make this whole search for providers much easier for them. And in that vein, we're going to introduce premium services and premium resources for them to access and be able to tap into the mom market.
Thank you. Christine has a question. Great idea. What geographies are you thinking to launch next?
Oh, this is a fun question. So yes, right now we're based out of Westchester and Fairfield County because that's where I'm located. But the goals are to expand. Actually, we couldn't expand faster because, especially with COVID, so many of the moms are looking for virtual services. And just in the past 2 months, I've talked to moms from, I think it's 6 different states just in 2 months alone who are looking for virtual support. So while we are mainly based out of Westchester and Fairfield counties, the goal is to, move into bigger metropolitan areas and also suburbs, because I find that that's really where the big gap in access is in the suburbs where people, it's not a buzz in the air where people are talking about these resources.
Thank you. I don't know if Tamas or Chandra have a question. If not, I'll go to the audience. Do you feel that there are other major competitors in this arena, and how will you distinguish yourself?
Yeah, great question. Great question. So, if I thought there was any competitor that was really of interest, then I wouldn't have created the resource. But, I think when I look at our competitors, you look at other marketplaces that are connecting moms to wellness services. And, on the one hand, you have really siloed offerings that are offering single specialty providers. So think of a Psychology Today or a doula match. And so it's tedious for moms to have to go to these different, directories to find care when they could go to one place to find all of their care needs. But it's also a disservice to providers who, often wear multiple hats. So you may have a lactation consultant who is also a childbirth educator, who is also a doula. And for them to be listed on multiple directories is not a value to them. So I give them an opportunity to be found according to their different specialties. And then, on top of that, there are a few resources that are kind of popping up in the mom space, but they're still really limited in the stages that they serve. So most of them, serve moms at the pregnancy or postpartum period, but we start with fertility and move to pregnancy, postpartum, and beyond. And I think, these companies are like Boober or Afterthird, which focus on the later stages. But by getting moms in that preconception stage, we have the opportunity to educate them on the providers that they may not know about later on. And they can kind of, have them on speed dial when they get to pregnancy or postpartum. And then, finally, one thing that I really want to reiterate.
I'm so sorry, we're out of time. I do encourage you to reply. There are a couple of questions in the Q&A. And if anyone have further questions, please follow up with Emily at MyNestwell. Sorry about that, Emily.
Thank you.
Emily, thank you for your presentation. That was fantastic. Okay, Tiffany, you are up next with Chief Foods, so take it away.
Thanks. Hi, everyone. My name is Tiffany Leong, and I'm the founder of Chief Foods. And just jumping right in, I'm Chinese American, and like many other Asian Americans, I grew up drinking herbal soups and drinks my mom used to make for me every day. And I didn't appreciate these drinks until about 6 years ago when I went through some health challenges. It was a really hard time for me, and I tried a lot of crazy things to heal until one day I found myself making the same herbal soups and drinks my mom used to make. And I became really obsessed with it. And I would just stay in on the weekends and make them for myself and my friends. And it made me feel healthier and closer to my home and culture. At the same time, all my friends were freaking out about superfoods like bone broth and turmeric lattes. And it made me wonder why I didn't see the superfoods that I grew up with on store shelves. And I realized you wouldn't even know that these foods existed unless you were one, Asian, or two, lived next to a Chinatown. Next slide, please. That's why I founded Chief Foods. The mission of Chief Foods is to bring East Asian superfoods to the Western market. Next slide. Our goal is to introduce these herbs in a digestible way. So we're really proud to present our first product line, traditional East Asian superfood beverages. And our first 3 flavors are jujube, hawthorn, and chrysanthemum. They're naturally sweet, refreshing, and really, really good. We produce our drinks with high quality herbs. We never use any artificial sweeteners or preservatives or natural flavors. And we will also be donating 1% of our profits to organizations we care about, starting with Feeding America and the Asian Youth Liberty. Next slide. So the timing for Chief Foods is spot on. We're all trying to live healthier lives these days, especially with COVID, and that's reflected in the $152 billion functional food market. There are also more than 11,000 East Asian superfoods in the world that we plan to introduce. And last but certainly not least, we represent the fastest growing racial group in the US. Asian Americans grew 72% in population the last 15 years and has a purchasing power of over $1 trillion. You can see the Asian influence on Western culture today. Just think about stuff like boba, acupuncture, and Crazy Rich Asians. We're proud to be the first brand to bridge this mismatch between East Asian superfoods and the Western world. Next slide. In terms of team, I have 6 years of experience in food and agriculture, private equity, and investment banking. I'm currently completing my MBA at Yale and will be graduating in the spring. And I have an amazing team of Yale students and advisors working with me, including industry veterans. And of course, shout out to my mom who taught me how to make these recipes. We have both the professional and cultural background to build out Chief Foods. Next slide. Chief Foods was born late last year, and since then we have done over 500 taste tests, accumulated hundreds of pre-order emails. We just received FDA approval, and we completed 2 successful production.
30 seconds.
Thank you. And now we're preparing to launch. So we will be found in restaurants and grocery stores in New Haven and New York City, and on our website late spring. We also just kicked off our fundraising process, so please reach out if you're interested in participating in the Chief Foods journey to becoming the largest East Asian superfood platform in the country. My email and social and website information is on the page. Please reach out if you have any questions. Thanks so much.
Tiffany, thank you. Great presentation. Okay, 4 minutes, question and answer. Marie Roca.
All right, judges, I wanted to give you the opportunity to go first.
I'm going to jump right in again. Why do you want to raise funds if you can just sell the product and make revenue?
Yeah, so yeah, I mean the fund. So we're targeting 500,000, and I mean there's production costs. A lot of it will be marketing. So yeah, a big chunk of it will be marketing. The $500,000 will kind of last us 16 months, and towards the end of the 16 months, we'll need to also hire some personnel to kind of help out. So it's yeah. I mean, we could technically, continue to just operate, but we would like to get this in the hands of more people throughout the country, and that will include giveaways and promotions and hiring the right people.
Thank you. Another question from the Q&A. Where are you manufacturing currently?
Yeah, our co-packer is in Western Massachusetts, and they're a really great partner. They have a lot of experience bottling herbal beverages. They've bottled beverages for companies that started from nothing, and now they're in Target and kind of in national grocery stores. So we really trust our partners. They have very high standards and lots of industry knowledge.
Thank you. Candice or Shondra?
Yeah. Tiffany, great presentation. How do you plan on reaching customers outside of the East Asian community? When you're talking about numbers and your potential customer base, you went very focused with that on East Asian community. But like, what if I wanted to try it? Like, how would you educate me to get me interested in some of these beverages and bone broths and all of those things?
For sure. Yeah. So although our first kind of target customer is the Asian American group, we really want to move quickly into kind of the non-Asian millennial health conscious consumer. And a lot of that will be kind of education on what these products are and what jujube is and what hawthorn berry is. And what we'll be doing is kind of having a lot of education on our website, on our Instagram. We're gonna have blogs, kind of infographics, and lots of giveaways and promotions as well. So we're gonna have an ambassador program where we'll be working with micro influencers, both Asian Americans and health and wellness focused influencers. So it's not exclusively Asian Americans, and we've done lots of testing with non-Asians and have gotten a lot of great feedback.
Thank you. One question from Q&A, and we have less than 1 minute. Are your products 100% certified organic, pesticide-free, hormone-free? How do you demonstrate organic certification?
Yeah, so we work with what we found to be one of the highest quality ingredient suppliers in the US for Asian herbs. All of our herbs are pesticide-free, sulfur-free, and they do testing for over 400 types of kind of pathogens and kind of common issues in the industry. Our main herbs right now are organic. In the future, we will be moving towards 100% organic. But yeah, we even though it's a little bit more expensive to work with these suppliers, we think that they're the best ones in the country.
Thank you. Sorry, that was my alarm. Yes, it's R2D2. Thank you for your time. And if you would mind, please answer the additional questions in the Q&A. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany. Thank you for your presentation. That was great. Last, but certainly not least, is Vesta and Charlotte. You may take the stage.
Thanks so much. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. My name is Charlotte Melia, and I'm the co-founder and CEO at Vesta by Dazzle and Fizz, changing the way children engage online for good. Next slide, please. To give you some background, around 7 years ago, my business partner and I founded Dazzle and Fizz. With under $60 initial investment, we've scaled that business to be the market leader in the UK in immersive, theatrical, and luxury parties for children. We're now taking that knowledge, client base, and experience it and leveraging it to deliver an online platform, Vesta. Next slide. So what is Vesta? Vesta is a B2B2C web-based platform, soon moving to an app, delivering safe, educational, and active classes for children. We're solving 3 core global issues. Firstly, we're helping to mobilize remote working parents to continue working, regardless of if the children are at home or not. This can be before they've started school, as an after-school treat, or even during the holidays. Secondly, we're tackling the child mental health crisis. We deliver active classes, the antithesis to the passive current solution. We also deliver holistic classes that are live, encouraging that crucial peer-to-peer engagement. Thirdly, we're tackling the lack of physical movement in a child's life. Just one live Vesta session can deliver 100% of a child's recommended daily activity quota. Next slide. We deliver classes in everything from science, technology, engineering, and maths, through to yoga, meditation, art, and science. The sessions are there to be a complement to the mainstream curriculum, and we have the capability to scale globally and in any language. Next slide. The tech components are threefold. Firstly, to anyone out there who's seen Black Mirror or Bandersnatch or had those 80s books where you could choose your own ending, it's very much the same idea. The child is in charge of their education journey. Secondly, we'll create micro classroom technology to ensure that a child is only ever with a max of 20 in their group, and we'll create integrated live streaming to really simulate a live classroom environment. Next slide.
30 seconds.
Thank you. Our current traction is as follows. We've got around 3,200 individuals on the platform, made up of 800 families. And our current corporate clients include Facebook, Bulgari, Endelman, Tradeweb, and Blackstone. And we also work with a number of charitable partners, including Wellchild and also Help for Heroes. In brief, Vesta is ready to scale. We've established ourselves as the leader in children's entertainment, and now we're ready to leverage that special knowledge and take it globally, changing the way children engage online for good. Thank you very much.
Charlotte, thank you. Gosh, we have 5 such different businesses. That's what I love about the HAYVN Hatch. Okay, we are going to go to 4 minutes of question and answer, and Marie will be handling that.
All right, Candice, go for it.
All right. Thank you so much, Charlotte. I just became an aunt, so this is very interesting. Thank you for your presentation. Question for you. Can you tell us a little bit more about your revenue stream and you know, how your company plans on making money from this?
Thanks, great question. So it is a B2B2C delivery. We charge £10 net per employee per month, and that's charged by the business. We sell direct to the HR director, and they have a minimum contract of 6 months.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shondra? Oops, sorry. Okay, Tamas?
What I was thinking is, why are you selling to businesses and why not just parents?
It's a great question. We do plan a D2C model around 2 years in, but for the initial inception, we felt B2B2C was stronger due to the current remote working crisis brought on by the pandemic. We also found with studies here in the UK by Princess Kate that although 90% of Brits agree that parental mental health is crucial in bringing up a well-rounded child, only 10% of those parents do invest in their own well-being. So we want to put the onus on businesses and business owners to look after their staff. This is supported by the Harvard Business Review, who agreed that future of work and also supporting an employee's full life as opposed to their work life will be some of the top trends for 21.
I did have one quick question. What was how many did you said 300? I don't remember what the number was. Could you tell me what that number was again? How many people?
Per attraction?
Yes.
3,200 individuals, which is made up of 800 families.
Thank you. We have a question from Q&A. Many parents believe that a reduction in screen time is crucial to mental well-being, especially in this climate in which their children are virtual schooling during the pandemic. Do you feel that this concept will be relevant as parents are excited for a non-socially distant post-COVID world?
Cool. So I feel like there's two stages to that answer. Firstly, with regards to the screen time, it's important to note that not all screen time is made equal. It's the passive screen time, that which requires no physical engagement, that has the negative impacts on the child. By contrast, active screen time, that's kinesthetic and requires movement to engage into the action, that's actually proven to have the same benefits of delivering that same program live. So it's shown to boost child mental health, boost confidence and morale. The second part to your question with regards to relevance post-COVID, we're seeing ourselves very much as the Peloton of the kids world. So this is to support your life as opposed to replace your life. And just as Peloton was relevant pre-COVID, so too will Vesta be post-COVID.
Thank you. We don't quite have enough time for another question. So Kendra, I don't know if you want to just take it from here.
Okay, Charlotte, thank you. That was a great presentation. Okay, I hope everyone in the audience understands what I've been saying all the time. Let's just review. We have beauty skincare products, we have wellness for new moms, we have construction jobs, we have East Asian superfoods, and we have online children's entertainment. I am not quite sure we could have 5 more different new female-led businesses, and that is what is going to make it very difficult for our panel of judges. All 5 presentations were fantastic, you guys, so congratulations. There will be a 7-minute break, which the judges are going to go out into their breakout session. I will be timing that for them. I'm going to be turning it over to Holly Hurd in a minute, but before I do that, I want everyone to know in advance that Felicia, our fearless founder here at HAYVN, she is offering all of you a free 1-day pass to come in and experience the amazing space that I am sitting in. This is all you need to do is email at hello@hayvn.com by the 26th, and it's a yellow light special, so you have to email it, but you can use the pass anytime for the rest of the year of 2021. Okay, judges, the time has come. I'm going to ask the 3 of you to please retire to your group chat. I'll be timing the 7 minutes, and I'm going to send it over to Venture Mom Holly Hurd.
Hi, everyone. Let's make sure I'm on. Yes, I am on. Wow. That was so exciting. And you're absolutely right, Kendra. Very different pitches from all kinds of avenues and subjects. I love it. I'm Holly Hurd, Venture Mom, and I have a blog where I profile female founders, and all of these, wow, I'd love to profile all of them. So please follow my blog. Now, I'm so excited that we have such a big audience, and we want to rope you guys in right now. We need your input. So I'm going to ask Samantha to launch our audience poll. We do this at all of our Hatch events, and this is where you get to chime in and give your choices on 3 particular questions. You should see the first question on your screen now. So based on tonight's presentation, which business is most ready to scale? Now what you're going to do is click 1 and then you'll hit next. So our 5 panelists are up on the screen. Choose one of those. You can use your mouse or your finger. Question 2, which 2 businesses had the clearest and most convincing pitch? So you will choose 2 of our 5 here and click next. And question 3, if you were an investor and you were going to invest tonight, which one business would you invest $100,000 in? So this one you choose 1, and then you can go back to the main screen. So while you guys are doing that, we have a section of our HAYVN Hatch where we talk about where are they now. So we like to go back and check in with our past presenters. And Patricia Trangone has this wonderful pumpkin milk. It's called Patch Organics. And last year she was busy gearing up. And now finally, in January of 2021, this year, you can find Patch Organic pumpkin milk in stores. She's in a couple of local stores in Fairfield County, and I'm sure she'll be spreading quickly. So that is quite an achievement. Carolyn Driscoll is the founder of Uncommon Good, and she is also a new HAYVN member. I'm sure she's enjoying her membership. Uncommon Good is a platform that helps nonprofits expand their reach. She hopes to go live with her beta this quarter. So good luck with that milestone, Carolyn. We're pulling for you. And here's a silver lining to the pandemic. Ann Sullivan, the founder of Lifestream, set up a way for college applicants to build a digital application piece. Well, with the pandemic and with colleges going test optional, it's more important than ever for college applicants to have a way to share a digital portfolio. So her platform, Lifestream Digital, is doing just that. So congrats to her. Now I want to talk a little bit about the prizes. We have a winner and a runner-up. So each, the winner and the runner-up will first of all get a 1-month branch co-working membership at the beautiful HAYVN space, which is quite stunning. And then we put together a board of directors of sorts. So you can get input and advice from a team of gurus and experts to guide your growth. And you can see by the slide we've got here that you can get input on funding and strategy from our own Marie Roca. I, myself, Adventure Mom, would love to feature you. You can get strategy and finance advice, business system advice from Rocket Girl, social media strategy. New Leaf is all about branding. We've got a legal consultant, Kendra Farn's presentation review and video. And we also have digital marketing. So this is a great way, and we really encourage you, because a lot of past presenters have reached out to these experts, but many have not. This is an hour free with each one of these experts. So you've got your own board of directors in lots of different fields. So please reach out. Oh, and not only that, our fabulous judges have offered to give you feedback on your pitches. So make sure you reach out to them as well. They've got a great wealth of knowledge that I think you'll find so helpful. Now, let's see. We're going to go to our audience poll results and see what you guys thought. So Samantha, let's go to our first one. So which business is most ready to scale right now? Okay, so we do have a clear winner. Vesta, the educational online classes for kids, 34%. Our second, our runner-up in this particular question is BigHire at 27%. All right, let's see question 2. So the audience was asked to choose which 2 businesses had the clearest and most convincing pitch. Vesta again at 54%, but BigHire right behind with 52%. And MyNestwell at 46%. All right, I can't wait to see how the judges come in on that. Oh, and here we go. If you had $100,000 to invest, which business would you fund? BigHire is the winner of this one, according to the audience, at 30%. And second, we have Vesta at 27%. Okay, we've got two front runners. It will be so interesting to see what the judges think. Kendra, I'm going to bring you back in and see what you think.
Well, it is always so interesting because sometimes, you know, this is, as we said, this is our 7th hatch, and sometimes there's overlap. Sometimes it's completely different. And I think it's just always interesting to do the comparisons. And I also want people in the audience and the 5 presenters to know, you know, as Holly was going back and checking in on Patricia and Patch Organics. Patricia was one of our very first winners here for HAYVN Hatch. And this night, whether you're a winner, whether you're the runner-up, it's such exposure and it's such a great support system and networking. Carolyn with Uncommon Goods, she is now a HAYVN Hatch member, and so she's in the space and getting that support system. And I think that that's the bottom line, whether you win or not. You're all winners because we're all about scratching each other's back and supporting and lifting up other female entrepreneurs. So again, I hope you all take advantage of the services if you win. But either way, you've got all these questions to answer, and you've got this entire network of women here at HAYVN. So take advantage of it for sure. That is my 7-minute timer. So judges, I am hoping that Marie and the judges are back. Yes, they are. Excellent. We are going to, we've elected Shondra to do the announcing here. And again, it's going to be interesting to see how the audience poll compares to what the judges came up with. Shondra, we, as you know, there's going to be a winner and a runner-up. We're going to ask that you first announce the runner-up and give us a little, a couple lines, a short dissertation about how the judges came up with that decision. And then we'll ask you to do the same for the winner. Again, announce it and then give us a little backdrop as to how you guys arrived to that. So Shondra, the floor is yours.
All right, so Kendra asked me to do a dissertation, so this is going to be, whew. All right, so the runner-up, we chose Vesta, and one of the reasons why we really liked what you were doing, Charlotte, is that you already have the traction, and also when you're building a tech platform or a tech company, it's also really, really beneficial for you to have done that manual work, that manual labor. And so to hear that you've done the things that you've done already with your team in the party space, and then solve the problems and being able to provide tech for that as the solution, we thought was really, really smart. So you are our runner-up. Congratulations. And then the winner for tonight, the judges, we all decided that we loved BigHire, and we chose BigHire, one, because we think that a HAYVN membership for you will be so, so beneficial. And so we really, really wanted to bring you into the community. And then the other thing is we liked that you were picking an industry and a problem that wasn't like, super glamorous or super, oversubscribed, something that you have gone to Home Depot and figured out was a problem. And so you've done that extra homework and asked all the right questions. And again, are solving a problem that really doesn't exist. And so we wanted to be able to bring you into the HAYVN community to help surround everybody around you so that we can help you build this bigger and faster. So congratulations.
Awesome. Congratulations, Vesta and BigHire. And congratulations to all 5 of you. Really and truly, it goes without saying what you all are doing. It's like, hey, it's a movement. Go Kamala, right? This is what we're seeing. Women entrepreneurs, women breaking the ceiling, and women doing it on their own. And you're all winners because you are all amazing in what you're doing and really inspiring. And your presentations are great. And we hope that this was great practice for you. And again, I can't say as a female entrepreneur myself, good, bad, or indifferent, all feedback is so useful. So audience, please follow up with all of these 5 female entrepreneurs tomorrow. Head to their website and give them some feedback and ask them some questions. We want the conversation to continue. As we said in the beginning, we are recording tonight's HAYVN Hatch. So send it we'll get it out to you in the next day or 2, but send the link to everyone, anyone who missed it tonight, or anyone who you think might be interested in pitching in the future. We really want to spread the word, and we want you guys to get as much exposure as you can. So definitely. It's for, and you probably want to watch yourself anyway. We already have our next HAYVN Hatch on the calendar, so please mark your calendars. It is April 26th. Our pitch deadline is March 22nd. So again, if you know anyone who would be interested, please help us spread the word. We are also proud to tell you, not sure if any of you joined in or you knew, but we had our first Hatchlet. And what the Hatchlet is, it's for young entrepreneurs, female entrepreneurs between the ages of 16 and 22. We held that last month on December 7th. And let me just tell you, like that young poet who stood up there on Inauguration Day, these young entrepreneurs, to say that they were impressive might be the understatement of the night. They were so incredible. So we already have our next HAYVN Hatchlet. It's a little far out on the calendar, but we really would love you guys to help us spread the word with that as well. It's October 25th, so not till the fall. But if any of you know any young entrepreneurs between the ages of 16 and 22, please send them to the website, HAYVN's website, to check out our new, next HAYVN Hatchlet in October. With that, I will tell you all again, you were fantastic. It was fun. It's inspiring. And I'm going to send it back over to our HAYVN founder, Felicia.
Well, thank you. Thank you all for coming tonight. And special thank you to our judges and our amazing presenters and our Hatch team for putting this together seamlessly. The first time that we haven't had any real glitches. Yay. So we're open here at HAYVN, and it's an extremely safe place. And really, isolation is a dream killer. So in these times, I would definitely recommend coming in and being amongst other people. If you want to come in and take a tour, we're open for that. And just remember, it's HAYVN with a Y in the middle, HAYVN. And there's all sorts of different memberships. We work the way you do. So we have in-house, but we also have virtual. So you can come from near and far, even from the Bahamas. Candice. Okay.
Hey.
So, and also, I just wanted to announce that we have started a partnership with CT Next. We're really excited about that. And that's really to create HAYVN as a hub for businesses to thrive. And we are somewhat of a business incubator here. So what I would love is when you log out, there's going to be a small survey. If you can fill it in and just answer a few questions, would really appreciate it. It will help us with our partnership and developing more programs around here. So just remember, if you want to learn more, you can join us on social media, YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram. And don't forget, we have a special till tomorrow night. So email me at hello@HAYVN for your free day pass. I will answer you directly. And thank you all for coming tonight.
Awesome. Thank you all. Have a great night.
Bye.